And here I always stop to kind of explain it, because a lot of people say, okay, as it is, it's hard to understand it, but how can you see the past and the future? How can you see the future that never happened? So the explanation is very, very simple. Everything that we have in this world is a reflection from a spiritual world. Everything originates in a spiritual world, and it trickles down to this world. So everything that we have here actually started in a higher spiritual world. So, for example, if we take this world, if you look at the sun, nothing can stand next to the sun and not be completely melted on the spot. NASA did not invent a spaceship that can stand next to the sun and not be completely melted. But then again, when you think of it, we're able to live on this planet, and not only that we're melted by the heat of the sun, we're able to live here. And not only that, without the sun, this whole planet cannot exist. So how can it be? Because around Earth, there's different layers of gas. Ozone layer, ultraviolet layers, different gases that filter the ray of the sun to a point that not only that we're not melting, but rather we're able to live here. And we can benefit from the sun. Now, we know that Hashem has many different levels of godly revelations. The lowest level of godly revelation corresponds to Hashem's name, Elokim. And this godly revelation is in this world. The numerical value of the word Elokim is the same numerical value of the word Hateva, nature. So everything that we see in this world, and we think it's nature, we see trees, we see the sky, we see the oceans, we see animals, everything that we see and we think it's nature, it's God dressed in this beautiful dress called nature, and we see nature, but we don't perceive that it's a godly revelation. And the rules of nature is that everything in this world has a limit. Nothing in this world is limitless. Nothing in this world is infinite. Even the amount of water in the ocean, there's a certain amount of drops. And the major rule of nature is that it has a past, a present, and a future. You cannot live in the past and you cannot live in the future. A higher level of godly revelation corresponds to Hashem's name, Yud Kei Vav Kei, which if you break the word in Hebrew, it's Haya, Hove, Hiyeh. Was, is, will be. Past, present, and future. This is a level of godly revelation that we cannot understand. We cannot understand how the past and the present and the future can be at the same time. But what happens is when our neshama, when our soul is in the body, and it's limited to the body, so it can only see a certain distance, it can only hear a certain distance, it can only live in the present, it's limited to the body. But the second that the soul leaves the body, it has no limitations. The soul can see from one side of the world to the other side of the world. It can hear 50,000 things at the same time. It can see the past, it can see the present, can see the future, can see whatever it wants. The soul has no limitations. So I was able to see this girl's past, all the past as one, her present and the future.